There is a quiet revolution happening right now in the world of software. It's a shift that's changing software from a simple tool we use into something that almost feels like a teammate that can think, learn, and most importantly, act all on its own. This is the dawn of AI agents. This quote right here, it frames everything perfectly. For years, we had AI that could give us answers. Then we got AI that could assist us with tasks. But this final leap is the one that changes the game, moving from just assisting to independently achieving goals. And that, right there, is the new frontier. So what does this actually mean for us? Well, here's the core transformation. We're shifting from managing processes to delegating outcomes. Think about it. In the past, if you wanted to onboard a new employee, you'd have to click through dozens of screens, right? IT, HR, finance. Now, you just state the goal. Onboard Jane Doe, and an AI agent orchestrates that entire invisible workflow across every system. Your role just went from being an operator to being a director. Now, to really understand just how big of a deal this is, we've got to take a quick look back at how we even got here. Because this wasn't some overnight change. It's really the result of decades of software getting smarter and smarter. It all started back in the 90s with really rigid, rule-based automation. Simple if this, then that logic. Then, in the 2010s, we got conversational AI that could finally understand what we were asking for. And of course, in the 2020s, generative AI showed up and could create entirely new things. But through all of that, one thing never changed. The human was always in control. Every final click, every send, every execute had to be done by us. And that brings us to the critical problem that even our most powerful AIs were running into. It created this huge disconnect, this gap between knowing what needed to be done and actually being able to do it. And let's be clear, generative AI was an absolute game changer. All of a sudden, anyone could write complex code or draft a professional email in just seconds. It was this massive boost to productivity. But here's the paradox. The AI could write a perfect marketing email, but it couldn't hit send. It could generate flawless code, but it couldn't deploy it to the server. It had all this incredible knowledge, but zero agency. It was powerful, but totally passive. And this gap, this action gap between knowing and doing, is exactly what agents were built to solve. So, to bridge that action gap, two really different approaches started to emerge. And this brings us to what I think is the most important distinction in AI today, the real difference between a copilot and a truly autonomous agent. A copilot is basically an incredibly smart assistant sitting in the passenger seat with you. It can help you navigate, suggest a better route, even help you with the controls, but you're still the one driving the car. It's reactive. It waits for you to tell it what to do next. An AI agent, on the other hand, isn't in the passenger seat. It is the driver. You don't give it a command, you give it a destination, a goal. It then independently figures out all the steps, uses the tools it needs, and drives itself there. It's totally proactive. So let's break this down. A copilot is an assistant. An agent is an orchestrator. A copilot is reactive. An agent is proactive. But that last row, that's the real kicker, state. A copilot is stateless. It basically has short-term memory. It forgets what happened a moment ago. But an agent is stateful. It remembers. It learns from its experiences. And that memory is what allows it to handle a complex, multi-step job all by itself. Okay, so if an agent is operating on its own, what's actually going on inside? How does it work? Well, it's not magic. It's a continuous, repeating cycle. The best way to picture this is like a cognitive loop for software. First, the agent perceives its environment, gathering data from APIs, code, whatever it needs. Then it reasons about its goal and brainstorms options. From there, it makes a plan and picks its tools. Then it acts on that plan, and here's the most important part. It learns from the outcome, updates its memory, and starts the loop all over again, constantly self-correcting until that final goal is met. Now, I know this all sounds incredibly advanced, and it raises a really important question. Why is all of this happening now? Well, the answer is that three completely separate technologies all hit a critical level of maturity at the exact same time. It was truly a perfect storm. For the very first time, we had all three essential pillars in place. We got the brain, large language models that could actually reason. We got the memory, vector databases that let the agent learn and recall. And we got the hands, APIs that let the agent actually interact with the digital world. If you take away any one of those, autonomous agents just don't work. But together, they create a truly autonomous system. So let's zoom all the way out. When you put the brain, the memory, and the hands together, what you get is not just a cool new feature, it's a complete reimagining of how we interact with software at its most fundamental level. The old model was simple, right? It was you, the user, clicking through an interface to get something done. You did every single step. The new model flips that completely. Now you just state a high-level goal. The AI agent becomes the new user, the one interacting with all the tools to deliver the final result. Your role shifts, again, from doer to director.
And this brings us to the ultimate paradigm shift. For decades, we have used software to help us do a task. Now, the software itself is becoming the one doing the task for us. It's no longer just a tool we wield, it's an autonomous actor working inside our digital systems.
So we've seen that agents can perceive, plan, act, and learn all on their own. But that leaves us with one really profound question. If an agent is out there running that autonomous loop, making its own choices, what's happening inside its brain from one moment to the next? If these agents can truly act, how on earth do they decide what to do next? We'll open up that black box in our next explainer.